The death of a star often feels like a story with a missing final chapter. For Tupac Amaru Shakur, that missing chapter has haunted the world for decades. He was more than just a rapper, he was a poet, he was an actor, he was a revolutionary voice for a generation that felt unseen and unheard. His words painted vivid pictures of struggle, survival, and the harsh realities of American life. His rise was meteoric, a brilliant flash of talent and charisma that captured the attention of millions. Las Vegas at night, flashing lights and headlines. But the abrupt and violent end to his life on a Las Vegas street left behind a void, a question mark that still hangs heavy in the air today. The story is a tapestry of known facts, whispered rumors, and enduring mysteries. September 7th, 1996. They represent a cultural touchstone, a moment when the music world seemed to hold its breath. The night of Saturday, September 7th, 1996, began with celebration and high energy. Las Vegas was buzzing with the excitement of a major sporting event. The heavyweight boxing match between Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon was the main draw, pulling celebrities, high rollers, fans into the city's orbit. Among the attendees was Tupac Shakur, who had come to support his friend, Mike Tyson. He was at the peak of his fame, a controversial but undeniably powerful figure in American culture. He arrived at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino with Marion Suge Knight, the imposing head of his record label, Death Row Records, and a large entourage. The fight itself was short-lived. Tyson defeated Seldon in less than 2 minutes, that sent the crowd pouring out of the arena and into the casino lobby. It was in this chaotic, celebratory aftermath that the first critical event of the night unfolded. As Tupac, Suge Knight, and their group moved through the MGM Grand lobby, a confrontation occurred. A member of Tupac's entourage spotted Orlando "Baby Lane" Anderson, a known member of the Southside Compton Crips. Surveillance footage captured the ensuing brawl. Security at the MGM Grand broke up the fight, and Anderson was left on the floor. Tupac and his crew continued on their way, seemingly unfazed by the incident. They planned to head to Club 662, a nightclub owned by Suge Knight, to continue the post-fight celebration. Tupac changed out of the clothes he wore to the fight and into a fresh outfit. He and Suge Knight eventually left the hotel, not in a limousine, but in Knight's personal black 1996 BMW 750iL sedan, joining a larger convoy of vehicles. Tupac was in the passenger seat, with Suge Knight at the wheel. They were listening to music, talking, and enjoying the night. At one point, they were pulled over by bicycle patrol officers for playing the car stereo too loudly and for not having license plates displayed. After a brief conversation and confirmation that the car was a rental, they were let go without a ticket. They were just minutes away from their destination, unaware that they were also just minutes away from a moment that would change everything forever. Yeah. The convoy of death row vehicles proceeded east. They turned onto Flamingo Road. The night was warm, the city was alive with Saturday night traffic. Neon glow lit the strip nearby. At approximately 11:15 p.m., Suge Knight's black BMW came to a stop at a red light. The intersection was Flamingo Road and Koval Lane, just a short distance from the strip. They were surrounded by other cars, just part of the normal flow of traffic. Fans in a nearby car recognized Tupac and spoke to him. They managed to take a photograph of him in the passenger seat, a photo that would become the last known image of him alive. While they waited for the light to change, violence arrived with shocking speed. A late-model white Cadillac pulled up to the right of the BMW. It was carrying at least 2 occupants. From the back seat, an assailant lowered the window. He aimed a firearm. A barrage of bullets was unleashed into the passenger side of the BMW. The sound of rapid gunfire shattered the night air. Suge Knight was grazed in the head by a bullet fragment. Tupac was struck multiple times. He was hit twice in the chest, once in the arm, and once in the thigh. The attack was over in seconds. The Cadillac sped off. The damaged BMW finally came to a stop after colliding with the center divider. The scene was one of chaos and confusion. Other cars from the death row convoy began to arrive. Occupants were shocked to find the bullet-riddled car and 2 injured men inside. Police and paramedics were on the scene within minutes. They found Tupac bleeding profusely but still conscious. He was carefully removed from the vehicle and stabilized by emergency medical personnel. He was rushed by ambulance to the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada. Upon his arrival at the University Medical Center, Tupac was in critical condition. One of the rounds that struck his chest had pierced his right lung. Doctors immediately rushed him into the first of several surgeries. After the initial operation, he was placed in a medically induced coma to help his body manage the trauma. For the next 6 days, the world watched and waited. His mother, Afeni Shakur, flew to Las Vegas to be by his side. Friends gathered, family gathered, members of the music community gathered. The hospital became a focal point for media from around the globe. He underwent another surgery during which doctors were forced to remove his damaged right lung. Despite the best efforts of the medical staff, Tupac's condition remained dire. On the afternoon of Friday, September 13, 1996, the fight finally came to an end. The official cause of death was listed as respiratory failure and cardiopulmonary arrest in connection with the multiple gunshot wounds. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department immediately launched a homicide investigation, but from the very beginning, the case was plagued with difficulties. There were many potential witnesses in the surrounding cars. Their accounts were often conflicting or incomplete. The speed and suddenness of the attack meant few got a clear look, or the white Cadillac they were driving. A solid lead proved frustratingly elusive for law enforcement. One of the biggest obstacles was a pervasive culture of silence. Suge Knight, the primary witness, claimed he saw and heard nothing useful. Lack of cooperation from the victim's own camp was a major roadblock. The investigation did produce a primary person of interest, Orlando Anderson. He had been assaulted hours before the shooting. Anderson consistently denied any involvement. He was killed in an unrelated gang shootout in May 1998. Over the years, the case grew colder. Leads dried up. Witnesses disappeared. No weapon recovered. It wasn't until 2023 that a significant development occurred with the arrest of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. Davis had long claimed he was in the Cadillac that night. He was indicted on a charge of murder with a deadly weapon. This arrest revived the case yet underscored decades of silence and complexity. In the vacuum left by an unsolved murder, theories inevitably multiply. Several dominant narratives have emerged over the years. The most widely accepted theory is direct retaliation for the MGM Grand Lobby fight. Humiliated, Anderson and fellow gang members allegedly armed themselves, located Tupac's convoy, and carried out the attack. The recent indictment of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis lends weight to this explanation. Another theory centers on the East Coast versus West Coast rivalry. Tupac accused his East Coast rivals over a prior shooting, fueling speculation. Biggie's murder months later fed talk of a tit-for-tat war. A third theory suggests an inside job within Tupac's circle, often pointing to Suge Knight, claims he denies with no direct evidence. Others invoke government involvement to silence a revolutionary voice. But these theories typically lack credible evidence. Decades after his death, the legacy of Tupac Shakur is more powerful than ever. He is remembered as a titanic cultural figure. New generations discover the raw honesty, vulnerability, and righteous anger in his lyrics. Posthumous releases surged, proof of enduring hunger for his art. His songs on injustice, poverty, and police brutality remain relevant. Ultimately, the most important truth lives in his work and in the millions he moved. His echo will not fade,